A Springdale native, our 2022 Civic Service honoree is well connected to his hometown. His dad was the transportation director for the school district, and his mom the well-known receptionist for First Baptist Church. The youngest of three siblings, his childhood was classic Springdale, with summer days starting and ending at the youth center or on a ball field.
I can remember Mitch when I was growing up, going to the youth center. His dad, Wayne, ran the youth center. He's a few years behind me, a few years younger than me, but was a little kid, you know. But I remember Mitch, but he developed into quite an athlete. I remember watching him. And
Mitchell was a great athlete growing up. In sixth grade, the Springdale team of All-Stars, which had Brent Chenal, Alan Carmack, John Dillinger, and several of the other guys on the team, won the state, won the regionals, and ended up playing in the super regionals, and ended up they won out away from going to the Little League World Series. They didn't make it, but they were that close. So the team was obviously very good. Mitchell was in the middle of all that, and he played every sport: basketball, football, baseball, and he was a great athlete growing up.
A love of sports, including being a standout Bulldog athlete, was nurtured by following his dad, a Southwest Conference basketball official, to games around the Southwest, and led to some unique opportunities.
So Mitchell was a ball boy at the U of A games down in Fayetteville, and in 1977, it was Lou Holtz's first year at Arkansas. It was the fifth or sixth game of the year. Arkansas had not lost a game to that point. They were ranked number 8. Texas was ranked number 2. Freddie Akers was the Longhorns coach. So he and Chad Wolf were working on the sideline, working footballs during the game. And Steve Little kicked a 67-yard field goal, which at the time was an NCAA record. And Mitchell either caught it or caught it on the first bounce in the end zone because he was trying to return footballs. We just thought that was really cool.
5 years after graduating from the University of Arkansas with an accounting degree, he married his high school sweetheart Kelly in 1987 and began starting both a family and giving back.
He was very involved. He was in the first group of the Red Dog Club, for example. And I know how important that was to our athletic program, and to just see him come back and try to lead and help and usher support forward. You remember those things, and they stay with you forever.
You know, they had just had Dallas. He's in a stroller, and Mitchell's dragging Kelly up there. Let's go work at the concession stands at certain games or whatever, trying to get money to get started in the Red Dog Club to get it up and running. And they ended up doing the turkey trot, which is still an event to this day on Thanksgiving morning. That's also an event that raises money for the Red Dog. But he already had leadership skills and organizational skills from way back, trying to get things going. And whether it's in high school, he was just a lot of fun to be around.
Hired by Ozarks Electric Cooperative after working on an audit for the company, he rose through the ranks quickly, and in just 8 years, at the age of 35, was named the company's CEO.
Hello, I'm Mitchell Johnson, CEO of Ozarks Electric,
where he has spent the last 20 years expanding the company's offerings and building it into one of the nation's most respected utilities.
What he tries to do for the co-op is always got the member first. He's willing to take a chance to make sure it's the right thing, and he's willing to put that out there to make it a better cooperative.
Called me one day and said, "Hey, Dr. Cleveland, I've got a potential good idea for you. Have you ever thought about having a solar farm or working with us to lower your electrical costs over time? I think you have some really high bills on your utilities. I'd like to talk to you about it." And so he did. He came and he visited with Mr. Hayes and I and a few others of our team and talked about how his company, Ozarks Electric, partnering with another subsidiary company, TPI, Today's Power, and they would save us literally millions of dollars over the lifespan of the solar field. And again, that's just Mitchell being Mitchell.
His civic service includes serving as Chamber Board Chair in 2016, longtime trustee for Northwest Health, and treasurer for the Northwest Arkansas National Airport Board of Directors.
I use the term spark from time to time. Just a personal privilege about individuals that you work with. I don't think I've ever been in a meeting in a room with Mitch that he didn't add that special spark. And it was always progressive, always looking for the higher ground. And I was inspired by it all along the way.
He's a Springdale guy with a Springdale heart. His kids went to school here, and he just invests himself all the time. He didn't have to help us with the solar farm. He didn't have to. He wanted to. And he helped us to the point to where it doesn't just help him and Ozarks Electric with their grid. It helps our community and our taxpayers and helps everybody. The best part about it was he didn't have to. He wanted to.
Yeah, he's pro Springdale. I think his passion for Springdale, you know, growing up there, and you know, it's very strong. It's close to his heart. But you know what I see too. I mean, just you know, he understands serving all the communities. I mean, that's the cooperative spirit. But you know, Springdale's always high in his thoughts.
He served Springdale in so many ways. It's just great to know him. Just again, we've all known him since first grade, so he's just been a great person to know for a long time.
I've been in discussions with him where, well, will this work, or what do we need to do to get this done? It's not about what's best for his company, always. I mean, certainly it is, but it's more about, when he and I are talking, it's more about, well, what would work best for Springdale? And I really, really appreciate that.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 2022 Civic Service Honoree, Mitchell Johnson.